Hello YouTube. So today we're playing Eudemons Online. Eudemons Online is a MMORPG. Hello YouTube. That you can play. So found on website in the description below. So today we'll be covering the Flower Tower, and we'll be trying to climb the Flower Tower. That's the new event within Eudemons Online. So let's go. Within Eudemons Online. So let's go. So here we have the NPC. We're going to just quickly go over it. Simply put, there's multiple floors up to floor 120. Once you reach floor 120, that's the end. So it's whoever reaches there in the fastest possible time gets the most reward. We can check the rankings today, and we see that so far I've reached floor 80. I did a little test run in the morning, and you try and beat the time. So the quickest time right now is 162 on floor 80. So we're going to try and hit at least 85 today. This account isn't quite strong enough to get any higher than that. So let's go ahead and start. So one little trick that we have with this event is we need to first kill these monsters, which are very easy in the early stages, but as we go through we're going to start getting little drops, and those drops are going to give us certain perks. We want the perks that are going to give us the 10th floor jump, or ones that reduce the health. So one in particular, not that one. So one in particular we're looking for is drop the health by 90%. I think it's called Blaze Bomb. So we are looking for a Blaze Bomb right now, or the book. And we got this one, Sacrifice Badge. So this just increases your damage whilst reducing your health. It's not a bad item, it's always active. The fact that it's always there is not too bad. We'll live with it. We're going to try and climb up maybe a couple floors. In general, what I try to do is I try to go up maybe sort of 4 to 5 times. If I don't get... oh, there we go, got a Blaze Bomb. So this run is good, so we can keep running. Which way for my cooldowns? You can see my cooldowns are up. But in general, you want at least 2 Blaze Bombs, if not 3, and that will give you probably the most optimal jump, especially if you're a bit weaker like I am and can't clear all 120 floors. Just gonna give myself a drink while that cooldown happens. Alright. Floor 40, I think we could take it without Phantom Pact. At least we'll try. Use all our skills. And we got a basic crit potion. It's not ideal. Really we're trying to go for the extra Blaze Bomb here. So I think if we do one more and we don't hit Blaze Bomb, we probably just reset this run and we'll go again until we get at least 2 to 3 Blaze Bombs. Sorry. Right. Let's do this. I mean, in general, the boss spawns in about 3 seconds. It's got about 3-second delay. So if you cast your Phantom Pact, if you're playing Paladin or any skills, you cast it within the sort of last second. Have like a mental count. That way, you kind of get the quickest possible DPS out. We got an advanced crit potion. That's honestly not going to be good enough. So I think it's time to reset. Hello John Wick. There should really be sound on the chat. There must be some feature where I can hear like the chat ping or something. That would be useful. But ayo, that's fine. I'll figure that out on the next stream. Ooh. Not happening. There we go. So we're just going to go through it again. With what we're really trying to do is hit at least 2, if not 3 Blaze Bombs. And then there's a book that we haven't been able to show you yet. So if we get the book as well, that's always an added bonus. So the book, originally people were saying that it applies 5 levels, but then you need to clear the level. But you know, after doing a few tests, it's clear that once you click it, you get the level. So if you go to the highest possible, click on the book, you'll just get a +5 to your bonus, which is great. And I could probably get away with not doing any skills here other than sort of my auto attack. There we go. Alright, so this is a really good run. We've already got the Blaze Bomb. That's positive. Floor 30, just quickly burst this one down. Maybe a little too eager on the trigger there, but should be okay. Okay, so we've got a puppet. In most cases, a lot of these are going to be useless. You'll be taking a lot of this out with, you know, if your character's strong enough, and I will show my character stats in a minute, just so people can compare, if you know, in case you're curious as to how I'm getting so high in comparison to maybe you, or how you guys are. Right. So this is one of those, so this time compass, I'm going to quick touch upon it. It gives you 300 seconds extra combat. It's both great and awful at the same time, because it doesn't really give you too much, but the 300 seconds could be the difference between you clearing a map and not. So it's always useful to have, but you know, if you had a choice, you'd go for the Blaze Bomb for sure. I've actually just noticed that my camera doesn't allow you to see the Blaze Bombs, so what I can do is, if I move that up a little bit, probably like there. There you go. So now you'll be able to see my Blaze Bombs. There we go. There's the Blaze Bombs. So that's the item I've been talking about. I'll just quickly show you what my stats look like as well. So very, very easy, sort of 83 wind. So the way elements work is anything over, like pretty much every element is 1% of damage. So you want to try and have the highest possible element damage. And then you've got your M attack. So for paladins, that's always quite low. You want to try and get as close to the 5,000 mark as possible. Higher tier paladins probably have it, you know, in the 550-ish. I don't know any paladin in the 6,000 range, but I know Anders is in the chat, so you can correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think paladins' M attacks go quite that high. So really in the 5,000 to 5,500 range is probably sort of like the upper optimal sort of M attack. And then you've got your divine damage, so my D-Fire isn't maxed yet, so once that's maxed your damage will go up, but really the stats you want to be looking out for are the crit chance and then the crit damage. Once the Genesis set is complete, if I'm not wrong, I'll just go to it and show you. So, alright, they don't show the set bonus anymore, but really once you've completed your full set of Genesises, you'll be getting another 30% crit damage, so that's kind of what you want to be aiming for. Try and finish your Genesis set as soon as possible. I'm missing one, so I'll be missing a little bit of extra damage from there. Let's just take this out. Okay, so I've just got confirmation. 6,000 M attack is possible with 13 anima, which is absolutely brilliant, really. I do have 13 anima, but not quite. I haven't even hit 5,000 yet, so you can see just how much growth I need to still do. Okay, so again, it's not really the best of runs. It's kind of turned sour this run. Let's just. I think we're gonna. It's probably better to reset. Because floor 60 is hard enough on its own, and unless I'm picking up another Blaze Bomb, which isn't really going to happen, the chances are quite low, it might not be worth continuing with this run. I mean, I'll do it for, you know, just because, but in most cases, if you're trying to get to a level fast and you're stuck on time, you've got 30 minutes to try and hit as high as possible, around round 40, if you're seeing you're not getting the Blaze Bombs, just reset. Alright, let's do this. So this boss is a bit unique in that the pillars on the side, once you destroy them, give you an extra damage buff. So killing all four will naturally increase your damage by, I think it's 40%, so it's 10% per pole. Which is why we end up killing this boss a lot quicker than the others. And then once the damage buff wears out like it has now, you see just how much harder this boss is. Probably going to need a second rotation of skills to be able to kill it. So we didn't pick up the Blaze Bomb. Everything else is pretty much useless here. So what we'll do is we'll just go to the Cronus Teleporter and get out. And we'll refresh it. So this could take, really, to try and get to 85, you could get lucky and do it in a single run. You could do it in 10 runs. I'll quickly show you this as well. So we do have the daily rewards. So right now I can claim the 100 rewards. Oh right, I've already claimed it. I was quite eager this morning to do that. So normally you could claim 100 dailies, so you'll get a possibility of these items here. Really the items you want to be looking out for are the Divine Fire Crystals. You know, anything that gives star points is always quite good. Looking back, you've got the 500. In most cases this one was quite, well, the rewards don't feel as rewarding, but you know, the Oracle Stones are always quite useful. The 6 Divine Fire Crystals isn't the worst thing in the world. Once you get to 800 heartbeats, I think this was the best reward. And you know, it's all Genesises and Divine Fire Crystals, so it's really worth trying to get to 800. And the 1000, again, it wasn't as rewarding, I feel, because you get the Reborn Spheres, you get some Saints, but in general, like, I think the 800, everyone should try and hit the 800, because that is literally the best rewards, especially if you're like me playing on the new server. Divine Fires, like, it is the thing that you need to be working on. Alright, let's go back in. See if we can get a little lucky here. Give me some luck. And we've got a rubbish item, which is fine. You're probably going to be more lucky than I am, for sure. I'm without a doubt one of the most unluckiest players in this game. Especially in things like this that require a lot of luck. And I think we've got this. So this is pretty much a dud run. Like, the fact that we haven't picked anything up, we're on round sort of 30-40. That's just a leave now moment. And we go in again. Boom. There's just something really satisfying about killing these lower tier ones in one shot. It makes you feel really strong. And then you get to floor 20, you're like, oh, that's not too bad, let's do that again. And then as you keep going through the floors, it makes you feel so inferior. Void space on there. Paladin probably has one of... Paladin's a weird class in that we don't have a chain skill. All the other classes do. So I think someone like a Shadow Knight, or, you know, Vampire, even Necromancer probably have a better time in here than Paladins do. What Paladins have is Great Burst, and since it's a single target enemy, having Great Burst doesn't always work because it's a lot of AoE burst, so our damage is really meant for just taking out big waves of people as opposed to single target. And also with Shadow Knights, you can use your chain skills, which means you take a lot less damage. So if your Eudemons stars or levels aren't high enough, you'll realise that you're going to take a lot of damage from these guys. Let's just get this killed. So I don't advise playing Paladin if you're after sort of boss killing and boss hunting. If you're after certain PK events like Evil Abyss and just general doing nuke damage across the board, Paladin is absolutely the best class. You can walk into Evil Abyss, drop one void space, and you know, be PKing everybody, and it feels really rewarding when you do it. So again, this is going to be a dud run. We're just going to cancel this. I'm hoping I'll get it on this video where we just go up to like full 85 or 90, just, you know, sort of win the day for ourselves. So the flower event does end at the top of every day, so you're looking at, right now it's 9 PM server time, so there's another sort of 2 hours and 45 minutes. So I've got another 2 hours and 45 minutes to just try and get to 85, 90, maybe even 100, you know, if we get really lucky with the drops. That's actually bugging me. Let's do that. Maybe we'll get a little lucky today. Also, let me know, is the camera set up better here? Better in the corner? Ooh, blaze bomb. Hell yeah. Living the dream. Living the dream. May as well do some business. So there's a lot of different elements to this game. So if you're a new player starting out and you've just ended up stumbled upon this video, composing your pets is one of the biggest things. So you're going to try and get them as high a star as possible. As you star them up, you'll end up getting better stats on them, getting higher M attack, P attack, depending on what class you are and how the pet works. And that way then doing more damage. May as well get a deal done while I'm at it as well. This is going to turn out to be quite a dud run, so may as well. Well, now that I've said this is going to be a dud run, I'm probably going to get another blaze bomb and then make this person wait. And I'm sorry if you're watching. Okay. You know. Let's just kill this thing. I'm wasting a lot of time. Ooh, my skill didn't go off. Come on. Oh god, this always happens. I jump into a deal and then instantly this happens. Alright, well that shard's gonna have to sit there for a bit while I keep leveling, because having 2 blaze bombs is the dream right now. I mean, it's definitely floor 80, the way I see it. So, just do that. Did we get the bottom one? That's the bottom one done. We haven't done that one. So that's all the pillars down. So just casting all my spells. Should be good to take it out. Just kite it a little so we don't take too much damage. In general, Tifa's going to be able to tank it. Right, let's see if we can push to floor 80, because there's a good chance we can. If we can push to floor 80, use these twice, so maybe pop some of our damage stuff. So this one is garbage, this one will get a bit more divine damage, that's critical. So if we use this and this, try and burst this very quickly, there's a good chance that we can then use the 2 blaze orbs. So we'll pop them. There we go. If we can jump up 10 floors from here, that would be the dream. We started pretty well. We're probably not going to get the full 10. We'll probably get lucky if we get 5, unfortunately. It was a good start, but not a very good sort of finish here. 65% on full rotation. So we're going to need at least 2 rotations of skills. Which also means that guy has to wait if he wants to sell me shards. Also, anyone that sells me shards is a saint, so thank you. I just want to underline that. Just if you sell me shards, you are my best friend ever. Because you're helping me grow. And I know you're selling it, so you do get something out of it, but still, if you sell me shards for 450 amps, you're helping me. So thank you to Sweet Stella. Can we get this down? And the real question is, how many floors are we going to jump? Once we get this down, how many floors are we going to jump? If it's 5, it's going to be great. If it's less than 5, it's not going to be so great. We could maybe get away with 2 sort of 5 jumps. So we went up. How many floors is that? So it is 5. It's not too bad. We didn't really get anything. That's the problem though. So this time we have no buffs, so it's going to be considerably harder. If we pop the Blaze Bomb, I think we only go up 5 floors. It doesn't, because it's not on the sort of 70-80 mark, it just only lets you go up 5. So really we want to try and go up the other 5 using our damage, which isn't going to be maybe nearly as enough, but we're going to try it. It'll just take a little bit of time. It's probably going to take a good 2 to 3 minutes. But with a bit of luck, we'll have this down in no time. So full rotation's about 20%, so that tells me that we're going to need at least 3 of them. And then hoping that the damage sort of in between will be met up through just auto attacks and the skill rotation, sort of the second skill rotation. So there's the second rotation about to start. Eventually, there we go. When the boss stops stunning me. So we kind of want this falling star to end and have him down to about 62-ish%. I think that's roughly where we're going to get him. There we go. And then we've got 7 seconds before we can do the big 20% drop on him again. Of course we need to start kiting because Tifa is starting to take a lot of damage. It might even be worth just doing this now. Right, and then swapping him as the main tank. There we go. So one thing I hyper recommend is making sure you set your Eudemons on manual rotation, so you can manually rotate them when you converge. Oh wow, Panda takes a lot more damage. One also annoying thing that you're going to realise is they are healing. So the bosses do heal. When you don't do enough damage and the bosses start healing, it gets pretty annoying. And hopefully we're going to have this down in 3 minutes. Wow, this thing is kicking my butt. Yeah, so yeah, using bombs at 75 isn't worth it. Oh, this is not going well. One thing I recommend, again, 120 star Panda, the extra healing that gives is ridiculous. So if you're going to get one pet up to 120, make sure it's a Panda. Panda is absolutely life in events like this. It's probably the difference between being able to tank it and not being able to tank it. I'll show the Panda skill after this. Ooh, come on. 20 more percent, so just really one more rotation at this point, as long as boss doesn't heal. Should do. We're probably not going to jump 5 floors, we're looking at maybe 2, but hey-oh, it is what it is. Maybe we'll get lucky and get an item drop. The +5 would be phenomenal right now, absolutely brilliant, but we'll see what happens. Impact, use the Tifa skill when we have Tifa, and then just kite and kite and kite. So I'd skill Void Space without the healing, without the slow, sorry. So my Void Space has no slow. I don't really recommend it. I like it for the extra damage, but in most cases you really want the slow, and you can see the boss just gaining on me every time. That's just because I don't have the slow, so you'll see it in my star points. Where are we? It is Void Circle. There you go. So the way I skill it entirely on damage. Really, if you do that, you'd be like slowing the boss down considerably, and that probably would be better maybe in the long run. Just to allow kiting, especially if you're going to be taking a lot more damage. I think we're just going to use the Blaze Bomb because I don't see me clearing this, at least not in a sort of timely manner. So what I will do is I'll just pop the Blaze Bomb. I'll show to you guys that the Blaze Bomb isn't so good when you're where I am right now. But it's fine, we're just going to, there we go, just take this out. So you can see Blaze Bomb takes down to 10% and then you just blow it up very quickly. Maybe we get a little lucky. We didn't get any items, that's very unlucky. But it happens. That's just life, unfortunately. And then we can go to floor 80. There's a good chance that once we clear floor 80 we get another Blaze Bomb, and that would be absolutely brilliant. Or a book, or something along those lines. But if we don't, that's not a problem either. So let's just pop this. Phantom Pact will come off cooldown soon enough. We'll use that. And then we do this. Right, so floor 80's boss actually only goes down to 30%. I totally forgot it did that. Probably should have kept Phantom Pact before I did this, but that's fine. It's going to be a little harder to kill, but we'll get that done pretty quickly. And nearly. So as you climb the tower, and after floor 80, floor 90, the tower gets considerably harder. The buffs get a little bit weaker. You get a lot less drops. So reaching 120 is considerably hard. So you're really looking at the top sort of players, the top threshold of players that are going to be hitting it. Unless you get really lucky and just get a ton of Blaze Bombs. But, you know, I don't think anyone's that lucky. So yeah, look, we've got the book. So we can right click it and that will instantly put us up to floor 95. The game will register this as we cleared floor 80 and then give us 5, so we've actually now cleared floor 85, technically, according to the game. So if I was to leave now, we can check the rankings, and I should be rank 1 with floor 85. Never mind, I'm got up to floor 90. I clearly lied to you. It's registered as floor 90. I don't know if it was meant to do that, but it did, so that's fine. It should have been floor 85. But that's something TQ can look at. But yeah, that's floor 80. That's floor 90 complete. So I think we get a reward for that, in fact. So once we get to floor 90, there's meant to be additional rewards, or a chance of an additional reward. But that's fine, I'll look into that a bit later. Let me just go get this trade done. Where are we? Sweet Stella. Thank you. She had 1 shard. Okay, she's giving you 1 extra. What a lovely lady. Thank you, dear sir. Man, person. Right. Just put that away. Brilliant. Something you want to also, let's say you have 2 bombs, 1 book. You don't want to use the book first. Because you want to use the bomb and then the book. 5 floors. Yeah, so as John Wick has said on the side, you do want to use your bombs first, clear the boss, and then use the book, the way I did as well. So if you have both, use the book last, because as you can see, it registers a win the minute you use it, so you get as high as you can, and even if you couldn't clear it with a bomb, you can just technically clear it with the book. So the book would register, and that's always the better way to do it. Brilliant. I think with that, are we getting close to... So Once I get another sort of 70 points, I'll be able to claim the heartbeat reward, hoping to get something in the region of either staff. Well, really, I want the Genesis box. So if you're watching TQ, I want the Genesis box, and I want as many Genesis boxes as you could send me. Or just send me one Genesis, specifically number 2 right now. That would be very nice of you. I would like a Genesis 2 to complete my D-Fire. But, you know, it is what it is. We can check the D-Fire leaderboards. So, sort of everyone's in this sort of region. So if I'm hitting floor 90, and you see how difficult it is for me to hit floor 90, you can expect these guys to struggle considerably harder. But, you know, people are doing it. So most of the people that you're seeing on floor 80 only have about 9,000 D-Fire. So if you're on 9,000 D-Fire and can't get above floor 80, you know, you're probably doing something wrong. Look at your pets. Just try and make sure you have what you need. Right, I'm probably going to round off this video now. You can look in the description below if you want to sign up to Eudemons Online. And yeah, I'll see you on another stream. Peace.